I'll call the meeting back to order, and there were no decisions made in executive session. We have with us today your name?
My name's Lucretia Holterman.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that, it's Tricia.
I would've
Child
pronounced it
Advocacy.
wrong anyway, sorry.
Yes, and so I'm with the Western Kansas Child Advocacy Center. Who would I give these pledge forms to? I'll just start off with that. There you go. So we're here, or I'm here today to continue to seek support from you guys for the work that we do. Are any of you unfamiliar with the services that we provide?
No,
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, so let's see.
Aren't you the organization that has like the bus that can come in?
Yes. So whenever there's an allegation of physical or sexual abuse with a child, law enforcement gives us a call, or the Department of Children and Families. And so,
You're fine.
and so we're part of that first response, and we provide the forensic interview, which is a part of that investigation to keep kids safe and find out in a non-leading, non-biased manner kind of what happened. And then the biggest thing is healing, to continue to provide services, because it's not a one-time event. It takes therapy and a long time to process that, and it doesn't only affect the kid, it affects whole families. So let's see, we interviewed one kid this past year in your county. Luckily, that's all there was, but then we provided advocacy 30 times, which could be referring for mental health, medical exams, whether therapy with us or with outside agencies. And then we also provide art facilitation, which is, sorry, I've been on the run all day. It's a really good medium for them to process all of their trauma, because sometimes it's really hard to voice it and talk about it. So art's a really good way for them to do that. And then our therapist traveled here, let's see, and saw 3 kids for a total of 28 sessions to help heal the trauma of abuse. So we don't have an office in your county, obviously, so we're very mobile. We have our forensic interview unit that travels from Scott City and provides interviews, and then we have our therapy bus that comes from Colby to provide therapy, or Scott City, depending on who the therapist is. But we're just asking that you continue your support for us in your county. We're asking for $5,000 this year. There's a rise in gas prices, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and that's how we provide our services, is traveling to you guys.
I think this is absolutely amazing. My first 4 years of life, I was thrown downstairs, beat, then I ran away. So I used wrestling as my therapist.
Yeah, your outlet, yeah.
I agree with him. I think it's a valuable asset that you provide for us. I think we need that.
Is that now the general?
Yeah. It's your
So you're
appropriation.
asking for an increase of 1,000?
Yes. And also, we also want to be considered for ARPA funding. We know all the counties and cities got that, and we would like to be considered as we fall under their guidelines, providing mental health therapy. During COVID, a lot of the kids were isolated, and that was kind of exacerbated, especially with trauma on top of that. So if you would consider us for that funding, we would appreciate that.
That's through the COVID funds.
The COVID funds, yes, the ARPA.
Some of those. As long as we got it in the budget.
We haven't done your budget. I mean,
So this will be for next year then. Is that correct?
Yes, yep, and we assumed people didn't have their budgets, and so that's why we asked for consideration, so.
So we don't have to necessarily do that right now. We can do it, wait till budget time.
Or we can do it now and plan it for budget time.
How do you guys want
As
to do it?
long as it's in the minutes and we can bring it up.
So the additional 1,000 is not coming out of COVID funds, though, correct?
We were asking for that for just the yearly allocations
Okay.
we request from the county,
Okay.
and just additional from the COVID ARPA funding, yes.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with anything.
so.
I remember Skip and Betty Peterson were involved in this real big.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Skip and Betty Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
okay.
was a benefit auction in Janwin somewhere,
Yep, in
They
Scott
do
City,
that.
yes.
and they go down, and I think they were auctioneered there.
Yes, so we have Diamonds in Champaign, which is a huge event, and so that raises funds for all of our counties. And so it'd be awesome if we can have events in every county, but we kind of just pick some. We have one in Garden, Colby, and Scott City that are huge fundraisers, so,
Yeah, we lost Skip to COVID.
oh, yeah, that's hard.
He's the auctioneer that go down there and auctioneer, that's,
Yeah. That's hard.
yep.
Okay, so do we need a motion for that now?
I think what you do is just note it in the minutes that the Child Advocacy Center was here and that you will take into consideration the request for $5,000 at budget time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
thank you for what you
having
do.
me. I appreciate it.
Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry I was late,
Alan.
but.
You're probably,
Right on
uh,
the way we've been
just-
going
You
all
probably
morning.
see a lot of this firsthand.
We're still on time, so.
Yeah, oh, thank goodness.
So,
This is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Boy, you people have really cleaned up your lots over there in Wheeler.
Yeah.
Looks good, real good.
We're getting,
Can you do that first?
Absolutely, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you guys. I
Thank you.
really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Drive safe.
Thank you for having me.
Try to slow down a little.
Oh my gosh, they've scheduled me too close to things and I'm like frazzled. So, thank you guys.
Thanks, Greg.
before we close, I'd like to get 5 minutes of executive personnel. For non-elected personnel.
I make a motion, we go into executive session for 5 minutes for non-elected personnel.
Second.
Okay, First and second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay.
So, the COVID funds, I didn't write down, that was, yeah.
That's in addition to, because they fall
Oh,
under the
okay,
umbrella,
okay,
they qualify under that program
Okay,
to
I just
receive
wanted to-
funds.
That'd be
I didn't-
Kelly, right?
I wanted to make sure I didn't.
Kelly Scott.